have to go to Laguna. Nandoon yung mga nag-i-intern. Sorry, hindi nag-i-intern. Nandoon yung mga nagre-review for board exam. And then after sa Laguna, so balik ng Manila kaunti. And after nun, so diretso na kami sa Baguio with the interns. So to represent the UEP for the National Frisbee competition for the part Philippine Association of Radiologic Technologists annual national convention doon sa Teachers Camp Baguio City, and they will also be joining the Part Got Talent. So yun. November 19 alis na ako sa UEP. So balik ako most probably nasa na yan, December 2. Malapit na yung final exam. Anyway, I will just be doing the I'll try my best to finish this topic. Ito lang naman yung last topic natin about grade. And by December 10, balik na naman ako sa Manila because that's the Radiologic Technologists licensure exam. So I need to support our graduates na magti-take ng board exam. So I'm quite busy for this November and December. Kaya mostly gusto kong matapusin lahat ng mga discussions natin sa 212 at saka 213 so that during the final exam ready na kayo. So next week for our RT212 magkakaroon tayo ng activity para tayong mag-quiz bee. Para tayong mag-quiz bee sa inyo. You will have your diba yung conversion yung ating discussion, yung radiological units and quantities. So, mag-quiz bee kita dito. So, I will call, let's say, 2 student, you need to convert this one. So, kung sino yung maunang makakonvert ng correct answer, so bibigyan siya ng 50 points. Yan, for our additional na points para sa mga quizzes ninyo. So kung walang score, walang points, di ba? So yun, so next week, please study the conversion. Okay, so apat lang naman yun, di ba? So yan. So exposure, absorb dose equivalent, and activity. Okay, so moving on, we have the last module. This is modules 11 and 12. So dito sa module 11 and 12, pareha sila about grid. So, papakita ko sa inyo during our face-to-face kung ano yung grid. So, ano pala yung grid? Ang pinagsasabi natin. So, di ba, goal natin sa radiology, sa radiography, kailangan, yung rule of thumb natin, again, kailangan quality. Di ba? Quality beats quantity all the time. Kailangan maganda yung kuha ng inyong radiograph. No matter what it costs, kailangan maganda yung pagkaka-image ng inyong x-ray. Yon. Kasi sometimes, kasi nga sabi nga natin, your image is a representation of yourself. Kung maganda yung pagkaka-x-ray, meaning ikaw ay magandang radtech. Pag pangit na radtech ka. So contrast and contrast resolution are important characteristics of image quality. Contrast arises from, alam naman natin, di ba, contrast, these are density or optical density differences. So it arises from areas of light, dark, and shade of gray on the X-ray image. And these variations make up the radiographic image. So contrast resolution, dindugangan pa may contrast na, may contrast resolution pa. Okay, so pag sumulat kita ng contrast resolution, di ba, this is the ability to image adjacent similar tissues. Kasi important yan, class. Halimbawa, sa radiography kasi, although talaga, we need to balance the three. We need to balance the aptitude, knowledge, and skills. Sometimes, pag radtech ka, kailangan ma-operate imong imagination. Kailangan ma-operate imong imagination. Kaya, kung ang imong image, ma-operate ang contrast resolution. So pagka x-ray mo, let's say for example, abdomen, so there, nakakakita ka, na-imagine mo didaha ang liver, nasaan ang kidneys, nasaan ang psoas muscle, nasaan yung mga large intestines, Yeah, we can do it even with a plain abdominal X-ray pag maganda ang ating contrast resolution. So this is again the ability to image adjacent similar tissues. So pag ikaw nakaka-imagine ka, di ba, ng ay okay. So ikaw kahit radtech ka, you can interpret an image. No. X radiation produced by Compton scatter produces noise, reducing image contrast and contrast resolution. It makes image less visible. So hanger tala muna si Compton. But you know, sa radiation production, sabi natin isa siyang nagpro-produce siya ng scatter radiation. Yan. Kaya sabi natin dito, X radiation produced by Compton X-ray produces noise, reducing image contrast and contrast resolution. So nagpro-produce siya ng scatter radiation. Yan. Kasi yung isa, si photoelectric effect, walang scatter radiation, walang tapon. Dito may tapon. Yun yung problem natin because of Compton scatter. Nagkakaroon ng scattered radiation. Anong gagawin natin dyan? Kasi nga, itong scatter radiation, no, may noise. And they reduce image contrast and contrast resolution. Paano gaganda kung may mga scattered radiation? So, we can at least limit or reduce the scatter radiation from reaching the image receptor. Ito yung gagamitin natin. Gagamit tayo ng grid. That's our topic for today, the grid. Yan. So as scatter radiation increases, the radiographic image loses contrast and appears gray and dull. Three primary factors influence the relative intensity of scatter radiation that reaches the image receptor. So kung mataas ang KVP, mataas ang scatter radiation. Kung dako an aton field size, di ba kanina sinabi ni Mr. Ni J-Vic, di ba? Pag ataas ang field size, dam ang scatter radiation. Yan. Okay, so pag relax it aton collimation, taas ang scatter radiation. Pag dako liwat ti pasyente, wala naman akong sinasabi kung sino dyan, kaya ka-record, kung ako mag-name drop. Yan. So, patient thickness also affects scatter radiation. And mind you, yung mga, di man tanan nga aton gini-x-ray, puro kita extremity la, puro hand. Mag-x-ray yapon kita yung chest, baki, abdomen. So, these are, thicker parts of the anatomy. So, definitely, this will produce scatter. Kaya kung nag-x-ray kita, nagamit kita grid. Yan. So, consider natin, di ba? Sabi natin, pag nakataas KVP, nakataas scatter radiation. So, si KVP, so it would be an assumption that all radiographs be made at lowest reasonable KVP because this technique would result in minimum scatter and thus higher image contrast. Diba? Pag hamubo ang KVP, diba? Low KVP, diba? Hataas it contrast. Contrast ha, dire kita gumamit in scale of contrast. And unfortunately, it is not that simple. So the increase in photoelectric absorption results in considerable increase in patient radiation dose. Kasi itong, i-compare natin, ini siya kasi si photoelectric, absorption ini kasi siya. Okay? So kung naghitaas ang absorption, naghataas ang photoelectric effect, so nang-absorb laan radiation, di ba? Nahataas ang radiation dose. Okay. So, di rin man maupay nga tanan lang nga radiation na-absorb lang ni pasyente. So, kailangan nakaka-penetrate yapon. That's why, gini-increase natin ang KVP. But, the difficult thing is that, kung nahataas ang KVP, nahataas liwat ang scatter radiation. So, para ma-prevent ini, mapagataas ang KVP, maghataas ang scatter radiation, ano natin ginagamit? So, we use grid. Okay? So, aside from that, field size. So another factor that affects the level of scatter radiation and is controlled by radiologic technologists is X-ray field or X-ray beam field size. So as X-ray size is increased, scatter radiation also increases. So, actually, mga talaga din kung collimation. Kaya lang, sometimes, di rin man kita perfect mag-collimate, bisan man yan kita radtech. Ano ba nga nga radtech? Halimbawa, chestlet x-ray yan, no? Ito yung reton collimation dan na upod pilpetot abdomen. So, susugaran doktor. Mag-chest x-ray ka nga, kailangan chest x-ray la, di da la. Oh. But sabi ko, di naman kita perfect. Sometimes, nagkakamali lang din naman tayo. But hindi an excuse ha. It's not an excuse na nagkakamali tayo. Nag-relax kitang collimation. So, we need to collimate. Pero, may mga anatomy man talaga nga kailangan talagang full blast. No? Let's say, for example, abdomen. So, kung nahataas ang field size, nahataas dapat ang scatter radiation. So, para ma-prevent ta, pagdamang scatter radiation, gumagamit kita yun, grid. Next, patient thickness. So normally, patient thickness is not controlled by radiologic technologists. So if you can recognize that more X-rays are scattered with increasing patient thickness, you can produce a high-quality radiograph by choosing the proper technique factors and by using devices that reduce scatter radiation to the image receptor. Such compression paddle, so halimbawa kung pag mga abdomen, gimbutan itong compression device dahil yung mga papakompress ta iton kay para ang mga fluid, mga taba-taba nakukompress siya. Dili siya kay nagle-layer doon sa sa X-ray. Talag sa laliwat Okay. So compression of any anatomy improves spatial resolution and contrast resolution and lowers the the patient radiation dose. But may mga naman talaga, may mga pinanganak talaga na pinabayaan sa kusina, So, talagang matataba. Actually, dahil talaga, very challenging talaga si X-ray. No? Aside from technical factor, talaga makuri ka dyan. Labi ng mga tubigon, mga tiyan, na maputi talaga yung X-ray. Dahil direct na, makuri kita mag-refuse, So, talaga very challenging aton. So, patient thickness, kung nag-increase kitang TVP, nag-increase talaga liwat ng scatter radiation. And paano natin yung prevent? Of course, we use grid. Kada ako gamit it grid, Kada ako gamit it grid. So again, may dagita, iba-iba nga klaseng grid. May masuod ka mong failing grid ngayon, passing grid. Iba ito, graded to grade. So, sir, papatawa. Di naman, corny. Okay, so we have radiographic grids. May nakita dito sa X-ray room, yung nilalagay, talaga mahal yun. Pakita ko nga niya iyo, that's probably unworth niya, may kamong umangal kung pabalyuon ko kamo. Nasa more or less 40 to 60,000 yung isa niyan. Okay, yan, barato lang, So, yung mga, yan, dyan to. May naman yung kita artista doon, X-ray room. So, this is the grade. Ito yung nilalagay sa ibabaw ng cassette. Actually, yung X-ray table natin, graded siya. Kaya tawag natin bucket table, di ba? Bucket tray. Yung bucket tray, may din na nakabutang na grid. So, kung halimbawa, ito mo pasyente, ada stretcher, di ba? Sabi ko kanina, may mga times nga, we don't need to transfer the patient. So, we need to take the exposure doon mismo sa stretcher. No? Alam mo pa nag-transfer si patient kay bayan lugod masyuktay. No? So, ngayon mo natin, gina-x-ray siya dito na stretcher. So, i-accomplish tayo ni ang kuha niya na parang in-x-ray siya sa x-ray table, pero gin-x-ray mo la stretcher, ma-accomplish yan kung gumamit kita yung grid. So an extremely effective device for reducing the level of scatter radiation that reaches the image receptor is a radiographic grid. So this is a carefully fabricated section of radiopaque material or grid strip alternating with radiolucent material or interspace material. Parang ganito siya. Let's say, for example, this is the lead. Okay. So, may nakaano dyan. In between sa dalawang LED, may nakalagay dyan na radiolucent material or interspace material. So yung composition niya para siyang pinaglalagay ng mga LED, mga grid strip. So, yung principle of operation niya, if halimbawa, this is scatter radiation, so ma-absorb na siya dito sa, let's say for example, sa LED. So, yung mga malalakas na X-ray penetration, dire-diretso yung kanilang wavelength. So, they can penetrate yung mga grid or mga interspace material. So the grid is positioned between the patient and the image receptor. Kita nyo naman, this is the film or the cassette. Okay, nilagay natin yung grid on top. Tapos halimbawa, ilalagay natin dyan si pasyente. Pag x-ray iya. So, that's the grid. Okay? So again, damo nga factors kaya nagkakamayadan scatter radiation. So para ma-prevent, magamit kitahin grid. So, eto, kilala niyo ba siya? Ang Radtech Day. Ay, happy Radtech Week! Kahit wala tayong permit. Kahit hindi tayo na-approve, kaluoy man lang niyo, first state university in the country to offer radiologic technology program pero hindi nakapag-celebrate ng Radtech Day. So this technique for reducing the amount of scatter radiation that reaches the image receptor was first demonstrated in 1913 by Gustav Bacchi. Yung nakikita nyo sa picture, yan, this is Gustav Bacchi. So scientist. Over the years, Bacchi's grid has been improved by more precise manufacturing, but the principle has not changed. Ano ulit? Bakit ginawa yan? It's because, okay, to improve the contrast, no? The contrast resolution, the image contrast as a whole, para maganda yung pagkaka-X-ray natin. So, those grid is designed to transmit only X-rays whose direction is straight line. Gaya ng sinabi ko kanina, kung halimbawa the X-ray is in oblique position, so ma-absorb siya dyan sa LED strips. But if the X-ray is traveling in a straight line, yan, it can penetrate the interspace material. So scatter radiation is absorbed in the grid material and X-rays that exit the patient and strike the radiopaque grid. Sorry, mali ang neighbor ng mga doggy. Radiopaque grid strips are absorbed and do not reach the image receptor. Okay, so primary X-ray beam incident on the interspace material are transmitted to the image receptor. Scattered X-rays incident on the interspace material may or may not be absorbed depending on their angle of incidence and the physical characteristics of the grid. Kasi by theory, we believe that scattered radiation or ano na siya, mga weak na siya nga mga radiation. Parang yung iba sa inyo dyan, mga scattered lang. Why chose Radtech? Dari maarap ko na ng reason. So, mga scattered yan, kailangan tanggalin yan. Joke. Well, kailangan siguro maarap na kamot yung reason ha, kaya na nag-Radtech ka mo kaya lang. So, halimbawa ito, mga weak na mga X-ray. Kasi by theory, ano siya, if this is the patient, diba, tawag nato nagtuinin, diba, ang mga radiation nga na-exit, ikang ka-patient, na nare-receive ng image receptor, natong tawag. Nandun tawag guys. Dito paki-chat daw dito aton aton chat box. What do you call the X-rays that are that exit the patient and is being received by the image receptor. So by theory kasi these scattered X-rays mga weak na yan. Mga weak na yan. So pag ito maka-penetrate down the image receptor, wala pangit na yung radiograph natin. Walang may sumagot. Okay. Magtatampo na ako, walang may sumagot. Okay, anyway, hayaan ko na lang. Ayaw nyo Okay. So, yung mga scattered radiation na yan, these are just weak. So, by theory, so they will be just absorbed in the grid materials. So, if the angle of scattered X-ray is great enough to cause it to intersect with the LED grid strip, it will be just absorbed. Nandun lang sila. Diba? Wala na. Pag mga weak na estudyante, wala na. Until second year lang yan. Hindi na siya nakapenetrate sa third year. Ano? Kaya, pag halimbawa matanggal nga ni kamo ha, ay good ka mo pagpatanggal pa. Masugad good kami nga mga ano lang to, mga scattered students laad. Mga scattered students laad to. So, ito yung mga strong penetration. So, yun, maka third year. So, if the angle is light, the scattered X-ray will be transmitted similarly to the primary X-ray. Kahit paano naman, Basta halimbawa, ito yung point lang naman niya. So, as long as nakalusot siya dyan, bisan yan, so it will be transmitted pa din doon sa X-ray. Whereas sa straight line talaga, sure ball. Okay, so laboratory measurements show that high quality grades can attenuate 80 to 90% of scattered radiation. So such grade is said to exhibit clean up. Pag mabalingan ka mong grade, kailangan, maarap ka mo kung ano't iya clean up, ano't iya, may tinatawag kita later on, tinatawag kita nga mga characteristics ng grade. So, pag higher ng ganyan, meaning maganda yung clean up. No? Okay, so grid strip. Strips na ito. Theoretically, the grid strip should be infinitely thin and should have high absorption properties. Kailangan nakaka-absorb siya ng mga scattered radiation. Yan. Kasi ito mga walang kwenta to sa X-ray radiograph. So these strips may be formed from several possible materials, and lead is the most widely used because it is easy to shape and relatively expensive. Di ba mga aton ba siya na mga intern natin niya na lead plumbum. So this is the lead. Okay, so it makes, or its high atomic number and high mass density make the lead material of choice in manufacture of grids. So pwede natin mag-replace tungsten, di ba? Manin aton mga nang-graduate na tungsten from W. Okay, platinum, gold, and uranium all have tried but not all characteristics of lead. Parang mga fourth year yan, na talaga, na characteristic. Yung mga fourth year natin yan, 120 yan sa batch. Ilan na lang sila nag-turn from their original batch. Hindi sila 60, dyan, yung mga returns na dalawa, 58 lang. No? Talaga, nasara talaga. That's why the name of their batch, lead. Okay. So, the interspace material, ito naman, yung dadaanan ng high penetration or that X-ray na straight line. So, aluminum has the higher atomic number than plastic. Sino kaya ito? And therefore, may provide some selective filtration and scatter X-rays not absorbed in the grid strip. So, aluminum has also the advantage of producing less grid lines on the image. So, pwedeng gamitin plastic, yung ating interspace material, but the best interspace material of choice is aluminum. So, makikita natin very intricate siya, no? So, this is lead, this is aluminum, lead, aluminum, lead, aluminum. Ganon ito i-placing para makabuuin sa grid. On the other hand, this aluminum iniha, dire ni aluminum. Aluminum interspace material increases the absorption of primary X-rays in the interspace, especially at low KVP. The result is higher MAS and higher patient dose. So for this reason, fiber, yan, pwede kita gumamit in fiber. Interspace grids usually preferred to aluminum interspace grids. Natatanggal ako. Natatanggal yung isang account ko sa Google Classroom. Teka lang. Teka lang, kasi parang nag-signal kasi dito akong phone mo. Can you still hear me? Can you give me a hands up emoji if you can still hear me? Kasi yung isang phone ko, yung phone ko sabi wala akong signal, kaya na ganun. Ayan. Good afternoon. Okay, thank you. Okay, so ito ha, tuturuan natin. So we have this, halimbawa, medyo, pwede any lead good la talaga inin. Diba? Pwede natin, kanina, diba, pwede ka gumamit ng ibang materials, pero the best ang lead. So ito, interspace material, you can use the plastic, and you can use the aluminum, or you can use the carbon fiber. Okay, so what else? So still, aluminum has two additional advantages. It's non-hygroscopic. Pag sumuot kita na non-hygroscopic, it does not absorb moisture. Okay, so there siya nagmo-moist. And fiber interspace grids can become warped. Okay? Nga dire na hihimon ni aluminum. Aluminum ni ha, aluminum man dire. So also aluminum grid interface of high quality are easier to manufacture because it is easier to form and roll into sheets of size thickness. So we have different grids. So yung kanina, yung pinakita kong picture, that is a stationary grid. And we have moving grids. Dalawa, no? We have stationary and we have moving. So yung mga inilalapat lang, nilalagay dyan sa cassette. Yan. Halimbawa, this is the cassette. Tapos, halimbawa, this is the grid. Yung mga ilalagay dyan, that's the stationary grid. Yung mga nasa table, those are moving grids. Okay, so the types of stationary grids are classified as we have parallel, we have crossed grid, and we have focused grids. And the moving grid mechanisms include reciprocating grid, and we have the oscillating grid. Okay. Okay, so again, we have only two types of grids. We have stationary and we have moving. So ito yung mention natin, yung parallel, yung cross, at these are again for stationary grids. So the parallel grid is the simplest type of grid wherein all the strips are parallel. Nakatayo lang lahat ng mga grid materials. So this type of grid is easier to manufacture, but it has some properties that are clinically undesirable, namely grid cutoff. So the undesirable absorption of primary X-rays by grid. So nangyayari dyan, pag may mga grid cutoff nga ni, dali lahat. Try natin. Hindi nakikita sa screen. Maghanap lang sa internet. Grid cutoff image. Pangit na yan. Ano tayo medyo klaro. And example, this one, internet. Basta ano siya, parang nag-zebra image. So this is the big cut-off na tinatawag. Ang mga zebra appearance image. But you know, yung zebra appearance kasi na tawag natin for for digital image, yung mga Moir effect. Ibig para siyang if um, it's like ano it's like nag-picture ka kasi nga ano yun ako. Parang mag-ano ka nga ni mag-picture ka nga ni mula, di ba may mga line pa. This is not ano, the grid cut off na tinatawag natin. That's the Moir effect spelling. Oops. Yan, may mga Moir effects. Ang dali lahat. Parang nawala na akong ano. Teka lang ha, naglulukot ako. Google Meet. Okay, sorry kay naglulukot ako ng Google Meet. Ada pa ka mo class? No.
Yes,
No.
sir.
So I don't know why is that so. But anyway, sige, so let's continue. Okay. Yeah. So we have the linear grid. Again, this is the simplest type of all grids. So sabi natin kanina, it's like ano, it's like nakatugbos tanan nga mga grid strips. Kung maka-perfect pag drawing in okay, naka-mouse. Yan. So pag halimbawa, this is for example your X-ray, chest X-ray yan, no? Tas gumamit ka ng grid, Tapos nakita niyo dito na may mga naglaro line. So it's an example of grid cut off. But again, sabi ko do not be confused kung pan digital kay. And sa digital, pag halimbawa magpicture ka nga ni sa imo cellphone, an imo laptop, ginpicturean mo using your cellphone, may mga lines niya. Dire siya, amot yung grid lines ba tagay na? But more technically, this is the more effect. Hindi siya yung sa grid cut off. Okay? So, pag grid cut off kasi, gumamit tayo ng mga grids. Nilapat natin dyan, tapos nag-produce siya ng mga lines. Okay? So, for example, sa internet, wala akong makita. Hindi pa ngayon. Ito, more effecto, mga ganyan. So, dito, wag na lang. Tama ko ito. Wag na lang may ihalugod. So, yan. That's the parallel grid. So, aside from that, so grid cutoff can be partial or complete, and the term is derived from the fact that primary X-rays are cut off from reaching the image receptor. And grid cutoff can occur with any type of grid. So if the grid is improperly positioned, but it is most common with parallel grids. Next, we have this, what we call the mga cross grid. So yung cross grid can clean up scatter radiation in only one direction along the grid. So cross grid are designed to overcome this deficiency and have LED strips that run parallel to the long and short axis of the grid. So they are fabricated by sandwiching two parallel grids together with their grid strips perpendicular to one another. So for example, we have, I don't know if you can, so ito isang grid, isang parallel grid, tapos tapos another parallel grid, so pinagpatong siya. So that's why it is sandwiching two parallel grids together. What else? Are not difficult to manufacture, therefore they are not excessive expensive. However, they have found restrictive application in clinical radiology. So it is interesting to note that Baki's original grid was a crossed grid. No? Instead na mas parallel, pero unang ginamit ni Gustav Baki was a crossed grid rather than a parallel grid. Crossed grids are much more efficient than parallel grids in cleaning up scatter radiation. In fact, so a cross grid has a higher contrast improvement factor than a parallel grid, twice the grid ratio. And the main disadvantage of parallel and cross grid, of course, it's the grid cutoff. So, yung grid na gagamitin natin, radiography nga, sabihin natin, hindi siya pindot-pindot lang. Hindi siya lagay-lagay lang doon. Kailangan, we need to be precise din saan siya ilalagay. So three serious disadvantages are associated with the use of crossed grids. So first, positioning. Sabi ko nga, hindi basta na inilalagay kung saan-saan ang ating mga grid. So this is critical. So kailangan, yung central ray of the beam must coincide with the center of the grid. So if this is the grid, so kailangan imo central ray ada dida sa center. Nakita ka mo ito sa X-ray tube, nagawas dida ng ilaw. So may cross dida, kailangan natapat siya doon sa center sa imo grid. Second, tilt table techniques are possible only if the X-ray tube and the table are properly aligned. So if this is your grid, kailangan if this is your X-ray tube, kailangan they must coincide with each other, no? Dili pwedeng yung X-ray tube naka-angle tapos ang mo grid. Well, so nagka-grid cut off. Or halimbawa naman, ani mo grid man nakaanggal ani X-ray tube there so nagkakami adan grid cut off liwat. What happened? Ano ba ito? What else that we need to consider here? Okay, finally, the exposure technique substantial and results in higher patient radiation dose. Since may inilapat tayo na something on top of the image receptor, so there should be an increase in the technical factor. So, mas taas siya, no? Mas taas itaton gagamiton nga technique factor. Kung halimbawa, an imo gingamit nga factor for chest x-ray nasa 65, 75 kVp, 5 MAS, so may iba siya, mas dadagdag siya. Madudugangan because magamit kitahin grid. You know? So, exposure technique is substantial and results in higher patient dose. So, ito yung mga considerations natin. Positioning, yun, table, and technique factor nasa taas pag magamit kitahin radiographic grid. Okay, nullets. So, next we have the focused grid. Again, mga stationary grids sila ha. So, the lead strip of a focused grid lie on the primary radial line of a circle centered at the focal spot. So, they coincide with the divergence of the X-ray beam. The X-ray tube should target and be placed at the center of this imaginary circle when focused grid is used. So, kumbaga, yung dida natugbos nga sayo and then itong iba nakatilt la sa kanya. Diba? Sabi niya, parang circle centered at the focal spot. So, one na nakatugbos tapos ang iba nasa divergent. So, meaning, kahit mga di ganun kalakas yung X-ray, it can penetrate here. Okay, so focused grids are more difficult to manufacture than parallel grids. They are characterized by all of the properties of parallel grids, except that when properly positioned, they exhibit no grid cutoff. No grid cutoff kasi nga, kanya, kita nyo, nakatilt yung ibang grid materials or grid strips. So, hindi na masyado na-absorb yung ibang radiation. So, radiology technologists must take care when positioning focused grids because of their geometric limitations. So, every focused grid is marked with its intended focal distance and the side of the grid that should be taken on the X-ray tube. So, kung magamit ka mong grid, may dali na naka-indicate kung ano aton SID indication. So, next time na lang, papakita ko iyo. So, pag mag-value ka mo nga ng grid, so may naka-indicate siya, ano iya distance. Tapos, para sa cassette, so, we need to be careful din sa tube side. Dili siya pwede mabaliktad ha. So, may itong part nga nakaatubang sa X-ray tube. So, may part nga, laliwat. Of course, ato lang sa ilarom. No? So, if radiographs are taken at distances other than those intended, so grid cutoff occurs. So, moving grid. So, kung kanina stationary, yan ang moving grid liwat. So, an obvious and annoying shortcoming of the grids previously discussed is that they produce grid lines, diba, grid cutoff. So, grid lines are images made when primary X-rays are absorbed in the grid. So, even though the grid strips are very small, their image is very observable. So, to overcome this, nag-creating modification. So, moving grid. So, kung may kita ito na ito ng X-ray table, an aton Pakistan, lahat yan, may moving grid mechanism yan. So meaning, may tatong table, may dito nakabutang na grid. Okay, in a form of moving grid mechanism. So the presence of grid lines can be demonstrated simply by radiographing a grid. Usually, a high-frequency grids present less obvious grid lines compared with low-frequency grids. This is not always the case, however, because the visibility of grid lines is directly related to the width of the grid strips. What else? A major improvement in grid development occurred in 1920. So kanina, Gustav Bachy, 1913, na produce niya ang stationary grid. Now, in 1920, diri Harry Potter ha, Hollis E. Potter, ano siya, hiyaan, nag-improve sa idea ni Gustav Bachy. Moving grid mechanism ang ginagamit. So, ano niya gusto? Why not move the grid while the extra exposure is being made? So the grid lines disappear at a very little cost of increased radiographic technique. And a device that does this is called a moving grid or Potter-Bachy diaphragm or Bachy for short. That's why ito natin ginagamit, di ba, an aton term, di ba, nagamit yung Bachy tray. Bachy, di ba? Although, nag-improve si Hollis Potter, pero ganyaran lagi hapon niya in the honor of Gustav Bachy. Ano? So, ganun pero pag collaboration. So, moving grids are usually, they are focal grids. So, they are placed in a holding mechanism that begins moving just before exposure and continues moving after the exposure ends. Diba, nakitaan ba ito niyo gin-press ko may gin-press nato niya H ngayon horizontal backing and upright backing or vertical backing tapos maliyaan aton table or an upright backing maliya. So it's because of the moving grid mechanism. So there are two basic types of moving grid mechanisms used today. We have reciprocating grid and oscillating grid. So kung kanina, stationary grids, we have parallel, we have crossed, we have focused. So yung moving grid mechanism, we have reciprocating and we have oscillating grid mechanism. Yan. So a reciprocating grid is a moving grid that is motor driven and moves moves back and forth several times during exposure. So pag ganyan. Pag ganyan ha, iba ito, nastos na liwat ng mga estudyante, labi na inihituan. May baka iba yung isipin pag back and forth several times. Yay! Mayon dawi Ivan. So the total distance of drive is approximately 2 cm. So yan, mga ganun lang, moving grid mechanism. So it moves several times back and forth. So kaya maliya siya. Next time, pakita tayo na. Damot ako ngayon next time. So an oscillating grid naman is para siyang nagmamadyong. It is positioned within a frame within 2 to 3 cm tolerance on all sides between the frame and to the grid. So delicate spring-like devices located on 4 corners hold the grid centered within the frame. So ang kaibahan nira, okay, a powerful electromagnet pulls the grid to one side and releases the beginning of the exposure. Thereafter, the grid oscillates. So, na-rotate siya in a circular fashion around the grid frame coming to rest after 20 to 30 seconds. So, ang kaibahan niya kasi, ang reciprocating back and forth. And aton oscillating is in a circular fashion. Yon. So, nakuha niyo ha. So, duhala ang klase ng grid, stationary and moving. So, we have 3 types of stationary, parallel, crossed, focused, and we have 2 types of moving grid mechanism, reciprocating and oscillating grids. Oh, yun. So, we have grid dimensions. So, a grid has 3 important dimensions. The thickness of a grid strip, thickness, di ba? Thickness. So, this is T. The width of the interspace material, the D, and the height of the grid, H. T, D, and H. So we have grid ratio. So pag mabalyo ka nga ng grid, kailangan aram ka kung ano't imo grid ratio nga babalyon sa grid. Sabi na kung mag-chief rad tech ka or halimbawa ka UEP mag-work, babayaan naman namon sunudan yung UEP kaya di kami tutuyangan pag rad tech day. So bahin ka muna mag saliwa na amon. Kailangan magbalyo nga ni kamuhin mga grid. You know, you should know the specs. Bahala ka mo halimbawa rin na kayo ipits, mapakyan na ka mo akong reply, bahala ka mo. Yun to problema, charet. Waray ka mo na mati akong lecture, bahala ka mo. So pamatin mo pa ya, magbalyo nga ni ka mong grade, you should consider the grade ratio. Okay? May impact ini ha, dire lang kay kaguro grade ratio. Paano nahanap ang grade ratio? Height of the grid divided by the interspace width. So this is the formula. Grid ratio is height divided by the distance. Okay, so in general, grid ratios range from 5:1 to 16:1. And high grids are usually the most often used in high kVp radiograph. 8:1 to 10:1 grid is frequently used with general purpose X-ray imaging equipment, whereas 5:1 grid reduces approximately 85% of scattered. 16:1, kita mo, mas higher ang grid ratio, mas maganda ang kanyang clean up ng scatter radiation. Diba? Kaya lang, yun, may mga ibang factors na mention natin, critical positioning, patient radiation dose is increased, ganun yung kanyang mga counterpart na magiging effect because of the use of the higher grid ratio. Okay. Sige. Okay, sige, let's take this problem. Okay, so a grid is fabricated of 30 micrometer lead grid strip sandwiched between interspace material that is 300 micrometer thick. So the height of the grid is 2.4 millimeter. So what is the grid ratio? Sana po natin. Sige, solve niyo, solve within mga 5 minutes. Anong formula? Grid ratio is height divided by the distance. Go, kaya nyo na yan. Malalaki na kayo. 5 minutes, 5 minutes. Ang tagal mo ng 5 minutes eh. Yan, sabali. Wala. So what is our grid ratio? Paano lang ha? Message lang doon sa ating chat box. What's our answer? Wala pa naka-answer. Dako ito, Miss Lutok. Dako ito. Ratios. Alit natin mga grid ratio. Pinakataas na yun yung 16:1. Sige, solve o solve. Again, ikaw mo pag-hesitate, pag-answer, kaya di rin man pag halimbawa, mali, hadlok ka mo. Mas makaradlok ko na ito na ka mo hospital nga, di ka mo maaram. Yan na pala, ikaw makadlok mo magkakamali kayo. Normal lang yan. Mas mapinganin ako correct natin. Pag abot ang board exam, magkamali 1 point, di ka mapasar. Diba? Ang sabi nila yan, nagkakamali kita para nakukorek ka. Sorry, nasan na yun? Dami kong dinaldal. Again, the problem, a grid is fabricated of 30 micrometer grid strips sandwiched between interspace material that is 300 micrometer thick. So the height of the grid is 2.4 millimeters. So what is the grid ratio? Sige, sa answer, 125. So I think this is 125:1. So mali yan, mali. Sige, solve. Wala na mag-answer. Or wala talaga may nag-answer. Ano talaga? Ay, tara may ako ginisnab. Sige, anong kontak oras? Anong kontak oras na diri man ada ka mo puma 0.08. Sige, let's try this one. Okay, so we have here, okay, let's find first the height. So the height, 2.4 millimeter. So I analyze that problem, ha? So a grid is fabricated by 30 micrometer lead grid strips. So this should be, ano siya, thickness. Tapos, 30 micrometer lead grid strip sandwich between interspace material that is 300 micrometer thick. So this one, this is now the D. So the D is 300 micro. So meaning, i-convert na siya, ano tayo gusto? To, this 2.4 mo on micro or this 300 micro to millimeter. So, ininala no. Sige, try natin parehas. Parehas no? So, ito na lang. Gawin na lang natin si 300 micrometer, gawin natin millimeter. So, 1. Move natin ang decimal point, matulo. Going to the left. 1, 2, 3. So, this is 0.3 millimeter. So, again, to find for the grid ratio, I hope nakikinig kayo. This is height divided by distance. So this is 2.4 millimeter divided by 0.3 millimeter. Oh, sige. Pag-divide na lang ito ha. Pera. Okay, 8. So, bale, dire kita mabutang nga 8 lang kasi grid ratio man, grid ratio. So, taton answer is 8 is 2. Kaya sayo man lang siya nga grid material is to 1. Yan. So, our grid material, grid ratio is 8 is to 1. Taon nato na, alit aton mga in bagaw kanina, gin lecture. In general, grid ratios range from 5 is to 1 to 16 is to 1. So maghahanap tayo ng numeric value from 5 is to 1 to 16 is to 1. So isang grid material naman yan isang grid, kaya is to 1. Yan. So again, yung grid ratios natin from 5 is to 1 to 16 is to 1. 16 is to 1 is the maximum. Can clean up 97% of scatter radiation. Okay, nakuha ba? Yun lang naman, you have to analyze the problem, ha? Okay. So we have high ratio grids are more effective in reducing scatter radiation than our low ratio grids. So this is because the angle of scatter allowed by high ratio grids is less than the permitted by low ratio grids. So high ratio grids increase the patient radiation dose. Ito yung kanyang disadvantage. Oo, nakaka-absorb siya ng scatter radiation. Mas maganda yung contrast, kaya lang it is paid off in form of exposure, okay, or radiation dose. Okay. So we have grid frequency. So this is the number of grid strips per centimeter. This is called grid frequency. So grids with higher frequency show less distinct grid lines on a radiograph image than grids with a low frequency. So as grid frequency increases, relatively more grid strip is available um, to absorb X-rays. Therefore, the patient radiation dose is high because a higher radiographic technique is required. So the disadvantage of the increased patient radiation dose associated with high frequency grids can overcome by reducing the width of the grid strips, but this effectively reduces the grid ratio and therefore the absorption of scattered radiation. Yun lang, ano. So kita natin relationship ha, pag nataas ang frequency, what happens to the grid ratio. Okay, so this is the formula for grid frequency. So most grids have frequencies in the range of 25 to 45 lines per centimeter. And grid frequency can be calculated if the widths of the grid strip and the interspace are known. So grid frequency is computed by dividing the thickness of one line pair, so thickness plus the distance expressed in micrometer into centimeter. So we have the formula. Ito given to ha. There are 10,000 micrometer in 1 centimeter. Okay, so 10,000 micrometer per centimeter thickness plus the distance in terms of micrometer per line pair. So yeah, sample problem. So 5 minutes again, 5 minutes. May answer ba didi? Alright. So let's solve this one. What is the grid frequency of a grid that has a grid strip of 30 micrometer and an interspace width of 300 micrometer? Sige, solve. Oo, pag-klase na ba-catch? Okay, sige. May nag-answer na. Isa lang. Isa lang talaga. Ibang mga snub. Okay, so that's correct. 30.3. That should be line pairs. Yan. Okay, so ito yung ating formula again. Grid frequency. This is 10,000 micrometer. Sorry, centimeter nga. Centimeter per line pair. 30.3 centimeter per line pair. Okay, so this is again, hindi rin nakamuna kabasa, no? And then this is thickness plus the distance in terms of micrometer, ha, per line pair. So 10,000 micrometer per centimeter divided by, okay, i-add natin 300 plus 30, so this is 330. This is micrometer per line pair. So cancel natin ang micrometer. So what remains is centimeter per line pair. So 10,000 divided by 330, so this is equivalent to 30.3 centimeter per line pair. So in 30 centimeters, may dan natin 30.3 yon. In one pairs ng grid at saka grid strip. Okay? So pasok siya, no? Kasi yan, sabi sa ating reference, it should be 25 to 45 lines per centimeter. Okay? So 30.3 pasok siya dito sa category na to. Okay? Sige. Last na lang, promise. Kaya alas 4 na. Okay, so we have the grid problems. So grid problems, sabi nga natin yung mga grid yung mga grid, hindi lang siya basta-basta nilalagay pag mag-X-ray. Kailangan we need to be precise in terms of positioning, in terms of the distance, tapos very sensitive siya. Kailangan kunain ang tube side, maatubang sa X-ray tube. Kung nato ilaro, mautatot ilaro. We need to be precise. So we have off-level grid. So pag off-level grid gani, this is a properly positioning grid must lie in a plane perpendicular to the central X-ray beam. So the central beam is in the primary X-ray that travels along the haba ng explanation. So pag sumuod ka nga off-level, dahil siya magka-level and an aton X-ray tube, it could be that the X-ray tube is dire siya naka-angle, pero an aton grid naka-angle, so magkakamay din grid cut off. Or otherwise, an aton X-ray tube naka-angle whereas an aton grid dire naka-angle, so magkakamay ada gihaponin grid cut off. So kailangan kung halimbawa again an aton X-ray tube naka-angle, so an aton beam, an aton grid kailangan na coincide sa ating X-ray tube. They must go together. Okay, they must be perpendicular with each other. However, this can occur with grid tilts during the horizontal beam radiography or during mobile radiography when the image receptor sinks into the patient's bed. Actually, ito sa challenge pag magamit kitahin grid. May danay na napipiit talaga ang aton grid. So di rin we cannot really observe kung tama pa or perpendicular pa ang grid with the X-ray tube. So kailangan again, if this is the X-ray tube, kung di rin siya naka-angle, di rin naka-angle ang aton grid. Kung naka-angle siya ang aton X-ray tube, kailangan, ayan, Kailangan perpendicular siya sa X-ray tube. Ganon. Next, we have, okay, sige, ano naman ito yung module. We have off-center grid. Huwag na natin pahirapan ang mga sarili natin. So pag sinabi natin off-center grid, gaya ng sinabi ko kanina, if this is the grid, kailangan an aton central ray ada mismo sa center sa grid. Otherwise, it can create a lateral decentering or a grid cut-off. Yan. So, halimbawa, magtutuinuan ka sa grid. Okay, hanapon mo ang center. Da mo ang mga central ray. Okay? So otherwise, pag dire siya naka-center, so we can have a grid cut-off. You know, when I was an intern, na-rotate kami sa usang health institution nga nagtutuinuan an radiograph. So, naka-grid pagod. So, very, very critical. So, we have off-focus grid error. So, off-focus grid error, it occurs when radiographs are taken at SID unspecified for that grid. So, kailangan, kung halimbawa, nakabutang dito sa grid 36 inches, dapat ang aton SID, ayaw yung tawon pag 40 inches. So, 36 talaga. Ayaw liwat pag 35. No? So, the farther the grid is the specified focal distance, the more severe will be the grid cut-off. So, kung 36 ayun 40 kay mas makuri, mas dako iting, mas grabe ito ang grid cut-off. Grid cut-off is not uniform across the image receptor, but instead it's more severe at the edges. So, next we have the upside down grid. So, kailangan pa, for upside down is obvious. Nabaliktad ang pagkabutang, imbis nga, side, para maatubang sa X-ray tube, ginilarom mo. So, radiograph taken shows a severe, focused grid shows severe grid cut-off on either side. Para siyang ini siya nga focus, para siyang naka-focus nga ni, kung nag-camera ka, may dali na malinaw nga part, adiliwat ng mga part malabo, di ba? Of focusing grid error siya. Okay? So, yun, basahan nala niyo ko, no? So, we have combined of center of focus. Ayun, so it's already 4:02. So, do you have any questions, guys? Yes, Miss Digia?
Sir, mag-ask na po about sa pag-change ng grid ratio. Every time po ba na maghanap sa grid ratio, need po ba i-convert sa decimal before i-divide?
Okay, so basta actually parehas, kailangan kung halimbawa ang problem dito naka-millimeter, ang thickness naka-millimeter, tapos ang distance, ang height naka-millimeter, ang distance naka-micrometer, kailangan parehas sa tera unit. We cannot compute directly kung halimbawa the other one, halimbawa ang height is naka-millimeter, tapos ang distance naka-micrometer, magmamali tayo talaga doon. Kailangan parehas sa tera unit. No, pero pwedeng ito sa millimeter sa micrometer. So either which you can convert the height into micrometer or centimeter, or the distance into micrometer or centimeter.
Okay po, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Do we have any questions from that? Okay, sige, wala naman siguro pakian. So, next week, so, mabalik na ako UEP next week for the month of November, maulat ako available nga time na to kay UEP. So, naka-record pa ako ma-absent mulat akong time. So, if we don't have any questions, so we are dismissed. So, kung wala nga pakian, no, so I guess, but if you need to clarify something, again, will be on face-to-face next week. Okay, so thank you so much, guys, and that ends our discussion this afternoon. So thank you for participation and cooperation. Okay, so you are now free to leave our Google Meet, and I'm going to end our Google Meet Google Meeting.